and playing.
I assume, Quinn, the decision will be not public until tomorrow, or have you already come to that?
We're still working, through some things when it comes to, whether we redshirt anybody at this point or not. So I'm not going to, comment on it just yet.
Are you excited that the season's finally starting?
Yeah, I'm excited. You have nerves. Starting it off with a conference game is very unique, but it's a challenge for our team. I'm interested to see where we're at, and we're going down there with the intention of winning the game. And we know it's not going to be easy, but yeah, we're very excited.
Do you coach differently in a conference opener versus a regular season opener against a non-conference team?
I don't think I coach differently. I think there was a little bit more urgency to have more in the playbook than maybe in previous years, but we were balancing that with, also having 7 newcomers, 6 of which were freshmen. So, we know Miami and what they're going to present and the different defenses they play, the strength of their team and how they play offense. So, for me, we've really used the last week or so to really hone in on being as sharp as we can in those areas.
Mm-hmm. Do you do much experimentation early in the year?
With lineups?
Lineups, substitution patterns, etc.
I think we'll still be feeling our way through things to say everything's cemented, especially when you've had guys going in and out of the lineup or in and out of practice, because of injury. I know David and Malik's injuries have been longer, but we've had other guys that have gone down, whether it's Quinn, whether it's Steven. So there have always been adjustments throughout this preseason.
Is there a common thread between what changes between November and March for a competitive team? What kinds of things you see that develop?
Well, I think that the season's a long one, and those teams that everybody starts out with great intentions, but those teams that can stick together through tough times, through adversity, that can continue enjoying coming to practice and wanting to improve and getting better. And a lot of times, at least I've found, what does your leadership look like? What is the character of those guys, whether they're freshmen or whether they're seniors? For me as a head coach, we've always been led by our oldest players. And those are the guys that have to set the tone with how they approach practice every single day. If it becomes mundane in the months of February and March, you're not going to get much better, and it's going to be a short ending.
Do you see teams playing faster, executing better as the season develops?
Some teams become dysfunctional, and I think it's a part of their leadership and how they approach practice when things don't go well for them individually or well for them as a team. But yeah, some teams do get better. Some teams continue to improve, and that's the quest for us is to be a team that continues to get better.
As far as throwing things into the playbook at this point, do you feel like you have 80% of it, 50%, or a lot of what you want to do?
I don't know about a percentage. We have enough to be successful, and it's not going to be 1 or 2 more plays that needed to be added in order to win a game this early in the season. It's going to be our ability to execute the ones that we have in, and that same thing could be said for Miami. So I think as a coach, sure, you'd love to have every possible play, scenario, situation covered, but I just think it's an impossibility. And so we're going to have to deal with what happens, figure it out, learn from win or loss, no matter what happens tomorrow night. But, I do find great comfort in the fact I feel like we're as fully prepared as we can be on November 4th.
Chris likes, what do you see with him on film? He's just so fast, but he's actually, each year it seems like he's improved on his basketball skills as well there.
Well, my first go around against him was last year, and single-handedly in the first half, put the team on his back. He hit a 3, he got fouled, he got in the lane. He's a pest defensively. Offensively, he's just so hard to contain because he's so small. And a lot of times when guys are smaller in stature, they're not the lights-out shooter that he can be, and he can really get, he can really get on a heater and knock threes from deep, and then, when you help, he's such a terrific passer. You know, he uses his size well, his craftiness to get the ball in the lane, his quickness, and then he's got guys like Vasilovich and this year McGusty who, you know, can knock down the three-pointer. So our ability to contain him, easier said than done, is a huge key tomorrow night.
What do you remember about the game from last year? Anything in particular?
Sort of tale of two halves. I know that you know, they came out and really punched us in the mouth, and I thought we had a really good response. You know, we started off the game switching several ball screens to try to eliminate confusion, and we probably added more to the confusion than we negated it, and it cost us. We got ourselves in a hole, but we were resilient enough to fight back. They played a variety of different defenses, from man-to-man to a zone matchup to a box-and-one. And so, you know, obviously Jordan had a terrific game that night as well, and so did Malik Williams.
Do you have much of a relationship with Jim Larinaga? Are you all?
I mean, I know Jim. Obviously, he's in the league, but you know, it's not like we go back a long way, or you know, we're not in the same coaching tree. So I can't say that I know him particularly well, other than just being an ACC opponent.
What does he kind of expect from him? They do have a few newcomers that probably will see some time.
Yeah, I mean, what I expect from him is likes to be the straw that stirs their drink. And he gets in the lane. He makes guys better. You know, Rodney Miller's coming off of a redshirt year. You know, he had a terrific game against Flagler. He can go over either shoulder. They've got some weapons offensively, and they're going to try to confuse you a little bit defensively by changing their defenses. So we have to be prepared to be able to handle both man-to-man and their matchup zone.
In the exhibition, you said, you know, you guys didn't get as many paint touches as you would have liked, and that's probably gonna, you would think, increase now with Steve back. But what's the key to making sure that that's happening?
Being patient, executing what we're running, screening bodies, you know, causing people to help and rotate. If we're just interchanging on the perimeter on offense, we're never going to get guys out of position in order to get in the lane. Again, whether that's a post feed or a drive or a screening action that puts the ball in the paint, that's what we need to do. I think that's what good offensive teams do. And, you know, I thought we got better from Ohio State to Bellarmine. We need to take a big step forward from Bellarmine to Miami.
33 hours from now, you'll have a result. What question do you want most to resolve in your own mind between now and then?
If we won.
Personnel issue.
I just expect our team to be the same, you know, team that I see every day on the practice floor, to not get a deer in headlights look or go outside of what we work on every single day, to not take quick shots or turn the ball over because we're in a hurry, to be able to communicate on the defensive end like we do in practice. And then the question that I'll be most interested is, you know, where do we go from here? You know, we have to be able, like I said before, Tim, to learn through a win or a loss and improve upon that. And so early in the season that there's going to be a lot of things that we're going to have to clean up regardless of the outcome tomorrow night.